Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to every Friday with Eplan tip. Magic begins to raise the standard. So what is the today's topic? I want to stress on this usage of free properties. Especially in the parts management, we have something called free properties. There we have these three properties like display name, value, and unit. Last time, if you can remember, we used 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 1 week, everything we started placing inside the value. So what I felt is maybe if you want to use a proper usage, I would have suggested lead time should have been in the display name, and in the week we can focus only on the numbers what you have 1, 4, 5, 6, maybe in the value we have to put, and in the unit we would have taken as a weeks. So that is ideally the right way to mention all those details. If you can recall in the older video, I also found that okay, when I put a greater than 6 weeks was appearing it. So I on that day I couldn't realize it, but later I found that it was showing it. But after that I tried today also. When I tried today, it was showing properly. Okay, but however, my idea, what I want to tell you is that whenever you want to put any name, yeah, stick with this display name. And if you have a value, just go with numeric or whatever value if it is. Especially when you are trying to do this greater than, less than, or greater than equal to, or less than equal to some numbers. When you are trying to have it, stick with only the numbers in the value. Okay, until unless you feel that you want to give it complete thing. Why? Because this is the one which appears in your filter. Okay, because the filter will help you to get only this particular value, where is the free property value only will come in the filter. That's the reason. And unit, yeah, in our case right now we can just stick with week. We can keep it under units, but we can also have some examples, like some other examples like scope. So the bill of material scope, in whose scope it is available. So some we can say for customer I want to show a different set of bill of material. Okay, and for vendor I want to show a different set of bill of material. In that case, yes, you can directly type what is required. There we will be definitely going with equal symbol. Like if you ask me, we'll go with equal symbol. In that free property value, maybe that 11 can be for customer, 12 can be for a vendor. So in that free property value, whichever we use in the report filter, then according to that the report can be customized. Okay, so what I'm saying it is, if it is related to value, stick with value, and unit can be used because we have three different things are available in the parts management. That's the reason. And if it is very particular that okay, I want to tell only for customer, I need these only should be appeared in my bill of material, then you can make it in this way also. Both will try to see it how to have it in the Eplan. Okay, so let me just go there. So before I go there, I also want to tell you, yeah, on the similar things the way we had it in the earlier video, that free property value in parts which need to understand, edit in Excel, forms, conditional forms, and filter. So in this filter we saw that was inside the form. Today we'll also see the filter which is outside the form, means we will go to the report template filter. So there also we'll try to see those things. Okay, so without delay we'll just switch to Eplan. This is the Eplan here. So this is what I was trying to see. Last time when I hit a 6 weeks, I was getting this also as a highlighted, but this time it is not highlighting it. It is good. If it is highlighting means, remember that anything when you say it is greater than 6 means definitely 6 should not be included. That is our meaning. Correct, right? If it's a less than equal, then it makes sense. I mean, sorry, greater than equal 6 means then 6 should come. Okay, that is the logic behind that. So let me just go to master data, form, open. If you can remember, we had two forms. One is a main form. Okay, in the main form, we added that particular conditional form called lead. Correct, right? If you can remember those things. So in this also, we have just added this. So now I'll just go to that main form. If you double click, you can see that here I'm taking as a 6 weeks. So actually now it is showing properly. If I understand correctly, see it is showing greater than 8 weeks. But if you ask me, what is the right way to do it? Yeah, let me just go quickly. I'll show you. I'll go to master data, management. Okay. And after that, what I suggest you that select the parts, whatever required. And I'll go to extras, edit properties externally, export data. I'll say apply to entire project. In this, I would suggest you please include this particular one called free properties unit. So this is the best way to give it. So we can focus only on the numbers in the free property value. So it becomes much better for us. So if in case, in your case, if you find when you say greater than 6 and 6 weeks is highlighting, then there could be a problem. But in general, that should not appear. Okay. So this is how is the right way to place it inside. So now I'll say click OK. Then automatically Excel will open. So now we'll feed all the details, whatever required. This is what I was trying to say. So in this case, what I want to have it is I don't want to put any numbers here. So I just want to stick with only the week. So here what I do, I'll select everything. I'll say Control F and I'll say week, and I will say that please replace with nothing. So I'll say find all. After that, maybe yes, you will get it. So I'll just put S, and again I'll say replace, so that you will see only the numbers are coming up here. So similarly in this case I don't need number. Yeah, but okay. So easiest way is that what I do it is I'll just remove this and I'll copy this. So I'll say all these things are week. In this case I'll just remove this and I'll say this is weeks. I'll copy this and I'll paste it in all the places. Okay, so very important, there is a something called unit we can utilize for that. That's what I'm trying to say. So we have a display name, we have a property value. If it is numeric value we can have it. Yeah, we can just stick with this. This is very easy for your calculation purpose and all those things. It will become very easy, so that if anything related to unit, you please put it under the unit. So this is the right way to have it there. And after that I'll say save. Then I say save. Then automatically you see that all those things will be saved. Then it asks for import. Then I'll say yes. And then I'll just drill down on, I want to see one of the component, is it showing properly or not. I'll go to user defined properties. Then I'll click on properties. Yeah, you can see that lead time 6 weeks and all those things. Very good. And after that, yeah, update complete. Yeah, this is very important. Otherwise what happens is it will not show. So right now if I stick, I have made as end value. So now if I click update, actually it should show only the value. See, it will be showing only the values, because now we have modified that particular one. So what I'm doing it is, again I'm just going into that form. Okay, so I will say that I'll open a main one, and I will go to this conditional form. Here what I would do it is I will just stick to the values. Like for example, this time I will say that I need 5. Let's see that what happens. So I'll say click OK. Then I'll say close, yes. Then I will select this, or even if you go there here, update, you can click it. So you can see that it is highlighting me 6, 8 and all those things, so that it is greater than 5. So this is very, very important. This is what I was trying to say, that yeah, please stick only with the values, it becomes easy. And if you want to display free value with unit, yeah, that is always possible, because in the form already we have that option. So if you open that particular form here, okay, and if you double click in the form, we also have something called free value with unit together. So if I go see, you can see it, this also is possible to get it. So if you want that with also, we can just have that for the display purpose. So I can just choose it and I'll say click OK. Similarly, if you want to do it for that lead one, so here also we can modify that part. But as per what I'm trying to suggest you that, so if you having any values, you try to see that if you have a numeric, just stick with the numeric in the value, and in the unit you can give those information. So that becomes easy for you to handle, and most of the time you will get exactly what is required. So last time the way you got it, normally you will not get it, but this time I didn't get, but even if I put a weeks there, it was working fine for me. See, automatically it is working perfect. So let me just go there. Now I'll try with the 6. So what I do, I'll go to main. Okay, I will just double click on this, and instead of 5 I would say that I'll stick with the 6 one. So I'm saying greater than this one. So then I'll say close, I'll say yes, then I'll select it, I'll go to tools and I'll say update, because already the form and everything we have done here and we are controlling in this place. So this is how you will be getting these informations. Okay, so what was the other one which I was trying to say you is, so if you try to use some other properties, like we can create a multiple reports also. So when I go, if you want more information to give it in this case, so we can also try with this, saying that okay, this is a scope. In that we say this is for customer. We can say one more for scope, and we can say vendor. There if you want to filter it, that also will be able to filter it. So let me just show you that how do we filter that. So what I do, I'll just select this entire thing. I'll go to extras, edit properties externally, export data. Okay, and then what I do, I need a free property value. So what I do, again I'll just go here and I'll search for free. I'll go to free value. In that free value, I'll just select 11 and 12. Okay, so now I just added this 11 and 12. Okay, I'll just add this 11. I want to push it down. 12, I want to push it down. Okay, so the scope I will be just mentioning, but the value is something which is very important. Similarly, you should also bring the display name and those things also. You will be able to do it. So I'll say apply, then I'll say click OK. Okay, so now you can see that here all these things will be coming in this fashion. Now for example, so for vendor you want to give everything, so what you can do, I will say that for vendor I want everything to be shown, then you can select the parts whichever you want to make it vendor. I can make it everything as a vendor. So what about that for customer? I don't want to give it everything, I want to give it only the main parts which I feel that it is very important for them. Like for example, in this case I want to just trust on these parts as a customer, then I can highlight only the one which is required for customer. So this way what I'm doing it is when I create any report or anything, automatically that filter I can be able to extract it. Or for vendor also, if you don't want to show some main thing, yeah, that we can always do it. So this is how. So in such places I would say that you can go with the text whatever you require. So here we are not having any numeric or anything. So this is okay, but here we'll be playing with equal. So that is where I was trying to say. Here we are more interested in going with the equal. So no numeric or nothing will come. So here in these places, whether you will go with customer or whether you will go with vendor, this is how you will be able to control those things. So now what I do, I'll say yes. So now I want to just try with that report. I want to just show you that. I'll say click OK. I'll close. Now what I do, I'll go to the tools. I'll say generate. Okay. In this form, when I come to this filter, this is where I was talking about the filter. So here you can choose. So here I will say that it is ET. Okay. I'll say this is a scope. So here what you have to do it, you have to bring that particular property like free property value, and then I can say that I'll go with a 10 or 11. So for example, I'll say 11. So if you put a customer, then customer only will be visible in this place. So now I'll select okay. So sorry, yeah. So you check, we have a customer, right? Always remember that whenever you modify anything in the parts, what is the first thing we have to do? Every time I forget this part. So what you have to do, you have to update and complete. So that is a one which you have to remember. Then only that will remember. Otherwise, what happens is it will not remember that. That's the reason I'm not getting it. So I'll go to master data. I'll say update. I'll say complete. Now I'll go back to these tools. I'll say generate. So I'll just drill down this. Now I'll go to ED scope. Yeah, customer, I have it, 11, right? So now I'll click on this. So now you see that automatically the way you are getting this. See? Can you see this? See, automatically will come. That's what, every time if you forget this part, this is a crucial part because you are modifying something in the parts management and it has to get synchronized. So that's where it makes a huge difference. Similarly, on the same lines, if you want to do it for that vendor also, on the same lines, we can just have it. But there we have considered as a tool, you have to modify to tool. Okay. And then I have to just give the value as the vendor. So I'll say click OK. Then I'll click on this generate button. I think you might be knowing it. Generate this or this magic button. So all these things you will be having it. So whichever I made a vendor, all these things will come in this fashion. So this is very important for you to have an idea there. So this one critical part we should not forget, update and complete. Sometimes we will not give the one what you expect, right? And as I stressed you, if it is a value with that, you just stick with the value and give the unit separate. That is a very important thing you have to remember. Okay. So yeah, this is what I was trying to say. You keep the value in the free property value and unit you keep it. If it comes to like customer and vendor, yeah, you can directly put in the value. So this is what I want to tell you on these lines. Okay. So before I say goodbye, I'll love to say that, yeah, please like to load more contents. Please comment to get quality output, share to reach maximum users, and subscribe to get motivated the author. Okay. Before I could say goodbye, yeah, please remember my name is Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Jai Hind. Thank you.